Hi everyone, Dr. Maureen Passafume here again from Restorative Health Center. We are talking a lot about coronavirus and immune system. If you've been watching our threads and getting our emails, we're talking a lot about just supporting your health and your immune system and avoiding sugar. So you can go back and look at those if you've missed any. I am going to talk a little bit specifically today to some of my patients who are having thyroid concerns and how important that is to keep your thyroid healthy, especially during this time. But if you're not having a thyroid problem, please stay tuned though, because we are going to talk about a really delicious recipe that I think everyone will enjoy today as well. But for those of you who may be concerned about thyroid health, which is one of the concerns a lot of my patients talk to me about, if you know you have a thyroid problem and you're being treated, I want to encourage you to stay on your medical treatment. Your thyroid affects every cell in your body, and it does have an intimate effect on your immune system as well. So while we're really concerned about our immune systems with COVID right now, with coronavirus, we want to make sure your thyroid, you're keeping your treatments going on for your thyroid if that's what's being recommended by your medical doctor, and continuing to support your thyroid. Your diet is very important to your thyroid as well, so I wanted to talk to you about some nutrients that are also supportive for good thyroid hormone output. If you have autoimmune disease like Hashimoto's, we want to talk a little bit about some dietary advice too. Just keeping you really healthy and making sure your thyroid is keeping you really healthy as well. So, nutrients your thyroid likes. Your thyroid loves selenium, it loves iodine, it likes some zinc, it likes healthy amount of proteins. So selenium-rich foods, so selenium helps you make more thyroid hormone. And it helps also, they have studies shown that it helps lower those antibodies for those patients with having autoimmune disease around their thyroid as well. So selenium-rich foods are mushrooms and Brazil nuts, for instance. And there's even a little bit in mushrooms and trace amounts in some other foods, but the mushrooms and the Brazil nuts are very rich in selenium. So we want to make sure we're getting those in your diet. In fact, the recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you is very rich in those mushrooms. And if you don't even like mushrooms, I don't even think you'll notice them. They're kind of buried in there and they taste really good though. Brazil nuts are another source of selenium as well. And there's a little bit of walnuts, which the recipe includes as well. We do want to make sure we're optimizing your vitamin D levels. Vitamin D levels are important for your immune system, but your thyroid needs that as well. So if you get your blood work done here or at your medical doctor's office, at least once a year, they should be checking that and checking your levels. But foods rich in vitamin D are whole eggs and cod liver oil, for instance. So those are things you can include in your diet. Eggs that are where the chickens are able to go out and peck at the ground and get some sunlight, not eggs that they're kept in the dark. So we want what we call pastured eggs. They're going to be rich in vitamin D. And then cod liver oil, again, is another source of vitamin D. Healthy fatty acids. Foods rich in iodine are also really great for your thyroid as well. So seafood, seaweed, things like that would be helpful additions to your diet as well. Keeping sugar down, which I've been talking repeatedly about all week, is very important because that's going to stress your immune system, that's going to stress your adrenal glands, which will then put an additional burden on your thyroid as well. If you're needing any other assistance, you always know you can reach out to us. Another thing actually that I forgot to mention is we do recommend a lot of our patients stay off gluten if they're having thyroid. We don't want you eating too many starches anyway, but gluten can be a burden for some of you with autoimmune Hashimoto's, for instance. The recipe I wanted to share with you is going to be really nutritious for your thyroid, but it's just a really great recipe. I've made it several times for my family. It's vegan, so if you're vegetarian and even vegan, you can enjoy this. I am not, and I still really like it. My family really likes them, and they are a burger made out of mushrooms and walnuts, and they're very delicious. So the mushrooms, again, to support selenium levels. Walnuts are rich in omega fatty acids. They're rich in zinc, and they have a little bit of selenium in them as well. The recipe calls for a little bit of brown rice, so they are gluten-free, and it has some healthy fats in there as well. But check out the recipe. It will be attached here. Whether you're watching me on Facebook or getting this through the email, you'll have access to that recipe as well. But as always, we care about you. We're grateful for you. And let us know if we can help you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.